we are on Alliance 2 for Operation Chimera. This is a really easy one, guys. You should knock this out in, well, probably your first attempt. Maybe it takes 2 or 3 if you want to do it with honors. So we have to track 3 different enemies. Your team has to do 250 damage to a tank or tanks while they're tracked. And if you want to complete with honors, your team has to kill 2 enemies while they're tracked. You have to track them, and a team has to kill them. This is crazy easy, guys. It shouldn't take you more than a couple of attempts, even if you want to get honors on this. In fact, in the second campaign, I'm doing a full set of videos for Operation Chimera and Operation 279. In the first campaign, I only did select missions, videos for select missions that were difficult. If this were the first campaign, I wouldn't even do a video on this mission. But since I'm trying to do a full set, I'm going to do a video on this. In fact, I had just gotten back from being out of town for a couple weeks, and this was like my second match after being back. I wasn't even thinking about the mission when I started this. I was just trying to test out the buffs to the Super Pershing. So I'm not even thinking about completing the mission here. It just dawned on me after a couple shots on this OHO that, oh, by the way, I'm supposed to be working on missions. Maybe I should do something about that. So this is so easy. You can do this in any tank you want. It doesn't even really matter which tank you pick. I think it's easier to do in heavy tanks or heavily armored medium tanks, just because it's easier to accurately track tanks when you're up close. And you see, I tracked that guy twice. My team did 250 damage over the course of 2 shots, got that knocked out. They also killed him, so that counted as one of the 2 for the secondary. So that was fairly easy to get done. And now I just need to track 2 different tanks if I want to get this completed, at least from a primary perspective. So just track this guy right here. We're 2 or 3 out of tracking. Again, you can see there, I tracked him again. It didn't count for anything towards the mission, but I just wanted to push up and see if I could get tracks on these other guys. On Lakeville here, we did a Valley Rush. I know people hate Valley Rush on Lakeville, but just the way that it rolled out. All right, there's mission complete, at least from a primary perspective. I'm just focusing on tracking stuff. There's the secondary done for the second kill. I didn't even realize that my gun was broken here until I fired that long distance shot and decided to fix it. That's how easy this mission is, guys. This is just one that you're gonna knock out real quick. If I was actually thinking about doing the mission, I probably wouldn't have done it in the Super Pershing. I probably would have done it in a higher tier tank, and I probably would have loaded a little more HE. Only because you really don't want to be doing damage and shots like that. If I had hit that guy with HE, I probably would have tracked him. I don't know why I didn't track him. But this is a really easy one, guys. It doesn't even matter if you win to get the secondary for this. So that is Alliance 2 for Operation Chimera with honors. Not a lot of tips for this, but I think it's easier to do with higher tier tanks. If you want to run this at tier 10, it's very easy to get the 250 damage from your team. I think it makes it a little easier because of the high alpha to get the kills, because somebody's going to hit somebody for 450 damage or something like that. So even if they have a reasonable amount of health, if you keep somebody tracked, there's a good chance they're going to die pretty quick. If you see low health tanks that are lower health than the alpha of your gun, just load HE and keep them tracked. That's probably the easiest way to get this done. And I honestly don't think that this takes any special tank. Pick any tier 7 or above tank for Alliance, and you can get it done. But I do think this is easier to get done with heavies or heavily armored mediums. Simply because you want to be up close to accurately track tanks. So knock this one out in 1 or 2 tries, guys, and move on to the next mission. Good luck.